Welcome to another episode of the Dani Arisa podcast. Today I'm with somewhat of a special guest, not really, actually a really special guest. I have Mr. Kevin Russell, Mr. Jason Bataille, and Mr. Dan Psinakis. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, Danny.
Thank you for fitting me into your very difficult schedule, especially UDP. Thank you. I gotta thank your executive assistant for making it happen. But the reason I got you guys here more than anything is because you guys are 2-time club champions at Raritan Valley Country Club.
I snuck that in.
That is 2 more times than me. Okay, you guys have made it far, and honestly, you guys are a special part of the club too. It's everyone knows you around here, not just because you guys are great golfers, but also because we see you around with your family and everything. And I think it's very important to highlight what we have going on here. But I will get right off the bat and ask, how do you guys get into golf?
My dad got me in early. He was a big baseball player, and then when he couldn't really play baseball anymore, he needed something to scratch the itch, if you will. And then he started playing golf when he was 21, I think. And he got down to, I think his lowest was maybe a 6 or 7 handicap. And then he had me playing. We used to go to a place in the Poconos every summer called Mountain Manor. And I remember playing there when I was like 6, 7 years old. So yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah. How about you, Jason? I mean, you've been playing for...
So I've been playing since I was 2 or 3, but kind of similar, actually. I didn't know that.
You have to one-up me with 2 or 3?
No, I just didn't. I didn't realize the baseball connection. So my dad played in the minor leagues for a couple years, and always had me playing other sports. You play hockey and basketball, I'm sure, but golf just seemed to stick a little bit better since I wasn't built for any of the other sports. And then in my
He's
summers,
referring to a small frame.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
No, I mean, it's... You didn't play football?
I did. High school quarterback. Come on.
Yeah.
And then during the summers, I never went to like summer camps or anything. We had a public course near our house, the Plainfield West 9, and my parents would drop me off for like $6 a day. I could play all day long at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and they'd pick me up, 5 o'clock or when it got dark at night. And we would just go round and round and round all day long.
That's how much older you are than me. When I did it, it was $12, so it doubled by the time you were able to get.
That's the one next to...
I don't think we're talking about age in this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think that was part of it.
That's the one next to Plainfield, right?
Right next to Plainfield. Yeah, they use it as the range when they had the Barclays there. And then the most decorated amateur ever to come out in New Jersey actually was from that golf course. His name's Jeff Thomas. He won more state amateurs than anybody else. He won the U.S. Mid-Am in the 90s. He got to play in the Masters. Some controversy about his behavior at the Masters and his behavior in general. Our rule was I was never allowed to be within like 20. I could watch him swing, but I wasn't allowed to be within like 20 feet of him. That's how bad he was. Why he was, yeah.
I mean, the guy...
You got to give us some more details on that one.
Yeah,
that's for a different type of podcast.
We'll clip that and make sure that we'll talk about it on the next one. How about you, Kevin?
So similar. I can remember. I don't know the age that I started playing golf, but we always used to do a family trip to Myrtle Beach, and my dad would always go out and play with my uncle. I'd be like, "When can I go out and play?" And so my dad got me lessons at a course like 10 minutes from the condo we always stayed at. And then every like October, November, my uncle, my dad, and a few of their buddies would go on a golf trip. And when I got older, I kept saying, "When can I come? When can I come?" And the joke was, first when you can beat us, then it was when you can drive, and then it was when you can drink, because they never wanted to invite me onto a golf trip with them. So that's kind of me. It was Myrtle Beach. Every summer I'd get like lessons from a guy, and then finally like Myrtle Beach does a cool thing in the summer, like after like 2 o'clock, you can play as a junior for free because it's so hot. Nobody else wants to go out and play. So can kind of remember that. And then similar to Jason, my parents would drop me off at Ashbrook, which was like, a mile and a half up the road. They give me $20. It was $12 to play all day. And that extra $8 bought whatever I needed for a lunch, Gatorade or whatever. So instead of doing summer camps and things like that.
So do you guys play golf in high school or I mean, you played in college, or you too, right?
Yeah,
you too.
Yeah. I played.
I didn't play in college.
You didn't play in college, right?
Yeah, I played in high school on Long Island. Grew up in East Meadow, so I actually played a lot of my high school golf at Bethpage. And then I played Pace University. We were Division II in the MAC. So yeah,
I played high school here in Jersey, South Plainfield. Went to Rutgers, played at Rutgers. Live in Bridgewater. I haven't gone very far when I say it like
so you
that. It's
just-
been just right here in Central Jersey.
Sounds like you really like the area, you know?
They haven't let me out of here.
So I played 3 years at Westfield. So we got to play Echo Lake, Shack, Maxon, which was cool to have 2 private clubs at your home course. And then college, I didn't play. I tried to try out for my team in college 2 out of my 4 years and didn't make it either year. So
where'd you go to school?
High Point, North Carolina.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah, I didn't play in high school, but, you know, that was a good thing. So now, how long have you guys been here at Raritan Bati?
For me, I joined in 2018.
In 2018.
Yeah.
And that's when so right off the bat, you won the club championship in
In
28.
first year, nobody knew me.
Yeah.
I remember playing against Matt Djokovic,
Oh.
and there was 50 carts out there. Not one was rooting for me because
Oh.
nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
So
Even
everybody
if they knew
clapped.
who you were,
Anytime Maddie hit a shot, clapping, yeah, Maddie. I would stick one in there and just be like crickets.
I should have asked Matt about that.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't. But
yeah, it seems like a long time ago now.
yeah,
But
you still got it.
yeah.
And when did you?
2020, it was the fall of COVID year.
Oh, that's
That's when I joined.
when did you won that year too? No,
I
you
won
won
in
in
21.
2021. You won.
Yeah, the first year. I didn't know any of these guys, and the first time I really met Dan in that 2021 year, they invited me to play with them in the Basilone the first year.
And I believe they got you to go out the night before, or was that 2022?
No, so it wasn't there. Oh, are we going right into that? Why don't you
Yeah, but that
finish
was
your-
no. Yeah, go ahead. But it wasn't that a couple of years ago because I remember you were.
No, it wasn't. That was definitely that year.
That was the only time I've ever played with Jason where he didn't break 80. He was so hungover.
It's the only time I've played this golf course and didn't break.
His lips were purple from all the red wine from the night before.
We had a wine night at a friend's house, and it was great wine. We had a great time. I just think it might have got out of hand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And when I showed up in the pro shop the next morning, the head pro at the time, Miles, looked at me, and it looked like he was looking at a ghost. When I saw his face, I didn't realize how bad I was until I saw his face. And then it started to hit me that like things might go a little sideways today. And this was the first round of the Basilone. And we got to the second hole, and I believe I 4-putted. And nobody said a word to me. It was like crickets. And I didn't know these guys. This was the first time we've ever played together. And they were like, man, this guy sucks. Or something is wrong with him.
But what did you shoot that day?
80 on
80,
the number.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Did you make
Jeez.
a putt to shoot 80 or like?
I don't think so.
You probably don't
think I
remember. You were
limped
just
in-
like, I'm out of here.
No, I'm pretty sure I shot like even on the back 9 or something too. So I think my front 9 was pretty astronomical. And then I came back the second day and shot 68.
Jesus.
He made like a 40-footer on 18
It
to
gets
tie
longer
me.
every year.
I think it was 50 feet.
20 feet.
68.
It was 20 feet, and I was off the front of the green.
It was not 20 feet, Jason.
And then you guys played your playoff like in like October
First-
or something.
well,
right?
hold
Or
on.
September.
We walk off the
Jason was
green.
going to the first hole,
was
and he's like,
walking to the
all right.
first tee.
And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? I'm like, he didn't know it was an 18-hole playoff.
Oh, because that's right. They
Get
had
the
a.
hell out of
It's
here.
US Open style.
And for those who don't know, the Basilone is the medal play championship, right?
Yeah.
So okay. So what was
So then we hung out after, and then I think immediately after that we became instant friends, and we were hanging out at the pool, needling each other back and forth, which has only progressed to this day.
Yeah.
And we finally played it in August.
Yeah. And he kicked the shit out of me.
Mm,
I don't like that one.
'Cause he was,
I don't like to remember that one.
what did you shoot that day?
I don't even remember. I,
don't
just
remember.
blocked it out.
Was it stroke play?
It was
Yeah.
still stroke
It's-
play,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Yeah, I don't remember what we shot. Do you
I-
remember?
I don't think it was. anything. I know they tried to get me to drink the night before aggressively. Like
no, because I know a couple of years ago
effort.
too, didn't something happen? Because I remember you struggling.
Every now and then I'll like just test the water a little bit, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll have a couple drinks before the club championship qualifying round, and it never goes well. So now I've got a hard line, and we don't do that at all.
So now let's go.
Sound terrible now that I'm saying it out loud.
So now let's go right into it. So you have 2 club championships, right? 2.
2022 and 2024.
2022. What's your biggest memory of that? Like which one was more special, let's say?
Ooh, you got the 2 guys that I beat sitting here. I don't know.
Yeah, Kev.
I didn't think about that question. That question just came
subtle
out.
drop.
It's
Subtle
kind of
drop.
like a little bit of
Just
like
subtle
you
drop.
go.
That's a good question. So I've got 2 really good memories. So one, our match the first year, the first 18 Dan and I played, that was probably the best golf I've ever played. I think
best golf
I
I've
think
ever
we
played.
shot 69, and I was 1 up on after 18, and that was only because that year our old pro moved the tees around, and he made 17 a drivable par 4, and to this day I didn't even know what line I was taking, and I hit what I thought was a good drive, not a great drive, but good drive, and then our head pro puts his hands up like a touchdown, and it was like 8 feet, 10 feet from the hole. And so that was obviously a huge boost for me. So that's one memory, was that first 18. And then the other one I'll remember is, sorry, Jay, not to say that ours wasn't memorable, but beating Mikey in our match last year in 2024. Because I thought that was a great match as well, back and forth.
Yeah, because
he missed a putt on 18, and then we went to a playoff hole, and I won in a playoff hole. So I'll always remember that one as well. So
now the second one, that one you ended up beating. Who did you beat? Mr. Bataille. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that one pretty clearly.
Yeah, because on the 16th hole, you just stuffed it into like.
Well, I remember if we rewind it back to the second 18, and we're on the fifth tee. And I'm starting to, like, I think I was down 2 or 3 at one point, and I'm starting to claw back, and I'm starting to feel good, and I'm like, you know what, I can do this. Like, let's just keep fighting. And
I think you either won number 4 or we halved it with birdies.
No, but you were up first. I know that. So you teed off first on 5 because by the time I got to the tee box, you were on the tee box, or you had just got out of the cart. You grabbed your club, you grabbed your driver, got up on the tee box, pegged it, hit it, and like there was no thinking, there was nothing, and you knocked it like onto the front fringe or something. And you crushed it. And then you picked up your tee, you walked, put your club away, and I just remember standing on the back of the tee going, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like
when he has his driver going, it's like, you're kind of in trouble.
Yes.
That was when we played in our match, in our final. I've never seen him hit his driver so good. It was on a string, 320 down the middle.
So they're actually
every
2
time.
different drivers too, which is the funny part.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, this guy usually, it's like he's very good at breaking drivers right before the club championship.
I've done it twice. It's awesome. Shout out to our maid for the weak faces.
And he's very good at putting it down the left side of number one.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. This year I actually drove it into the right side of number 1, into the trench. But no, so the funny story about that, I don't know if you actually know this story about number 5. So I think I was 1 up, now that you say that. And I kept saying, if I just try and make pars with this guy all day, I'm going to lose. Yeah. So I said that to my caddy, Dave Larderi, who caddied for me. I said, hey, we got to do something here. I don't even think I won number 5. I think we may have halved it, but it was just trying to put some pressure on you, like, hey, I'm being aggressive. But that same hole, I don't know if you noticed, he actually, when we were going through the tunnel, he was carrying my bag or on the cart, he dropped my putter and didn't realize. So my putter was actually back on the 4th green when I teed off. And somebody had to bring him my putter in a cart.
No,
I don't think I noticed that.
I got to make sure I
But he said, I couldn't
balls.
tell you anything, that I couldn't find your putter because you were literally about to hit like probably the most important tee shot of the round. He's like, I'm not going to tell you I dropped your putter somewhere. I don't know where it is. But I think Matty J or Pete, one of them found it and like brought it up to us on the green.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So how about you? What was your most memorable memory?
I mean, the first one I think always is the most memorable one. I played Dan, and we started to know each other more at that point. But we hadn't played match play together yet. And what everyone kept saying to me is, well, you know why they call him Psycho Psinakis, right? It's like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. Like, Dan, like we hang out, we have a great time, we play golf together.
Nice
They're like, no, just wait. And he definitely got into a zone, and his head was down. He looked like Gary Player in black on black on black. And I was like, oh, that's Psycho Psinakis. Like, nice to meet you. So I don't remember anything pivotal from the match, really. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
How did they end up, that one? What was the score?
That's not important, right?
Yeah.
I think we shook hands on 13 or 14 green.
Oh,
13, yeah.
Yeah, 13. He remembers.
It'd be nice to win one that early. I've always made it hard on myself and gotten all the way to the 36th hole in all of my club championship finals.
And then this last one with Austin, a new member this year, who, again, pounded it past me by quite a ways.
That has quite a good swing.
Yes, it's awesome golf swing.
Yeah.
I think he has the most natural golf swing of all the players here. But I don't know if you guys agree with that. Like,
yeah, I would say
I don't think like he does anything special, but it's just the most naturally flowing golf swing.
Yeah. And he played great. I played well that day as well. And then after 18, I was up by quite a bit, but then he started to claw back. He won 19 and 20 and had me worried. Like, I started to get a little bit of fear, and we kind of like went back and forth a little bit. We got to 9, and I'm like 2 or 3 up on 9. He's got like a 15-footer for eagle, and I'm chipping for birdie like over the back of the green to a back pin. So anybody who knows 9, it's the absolute worst place you can possibly be.
I forgot about that shot.
I can't even see the flag. So Sean Marikakis is caddying for me, and I'm like, dude, I need you just to like stand where you think I should land and then move out of the way. So he stood. He goes, I think right here. I said, okay. He got out of the way. I hit a flop shot, and it hit the green, rolled up, and then it went in. So I think everyone went crazy. I think it was demoralizing to Austin to have that happen when he felt like he was clawing back. And that's the beauty of match play. When it comes to match play, when you find little ways to really stick it to the guy that you're playing, you turn a match and you turn the momentum of a match really easily.
Yeah, no, I was there, and I remember just seeing, because I was like, usually those matches I'll go ahead and drive up to help find the ball. And I was like, oh my God, this guy hit it on 2. It's just tough. And then you're in the back. I was like, oh.
Well, I was in the front bunker, and then I sculled it over the bunker over the back of the green. That was my least impressive shot of the day.
And then I was like, oh my God, this is this poor guy.
I think that's the beauty of our golf course, though, for match play is, I wouldn't say our golf course is super challenging, but if you get into the wrong spots, there's a lot of people that think you can't get up and down from there. And then match play can turn so quickly. Like we're old school, where if you're above the pin, a lot of times it's going to be very difficult. So a lot of times you can let your guard down, right? They always say match play to assume your opponent's going to make it, but no one would have assumed that he was going to make that shot. But that's like our golf course in a nutshell. Is he was in probably the worst spot, but he hit a great shot, and you can recover from it on our golf course.
Strategy. Old courses like ours, strategy becomes a big importance around the green. You could put pin placements, on the left side of 1, and you can't miss it left or long. You have to be on the right side. So even if you have a wedge in your hand or you have a 7-iron in your hand, it doesn't matter. So I think, yes, our golf course is very much, regardless of what happens off the tee and everything, when you get around these greens, you can't miss on the wrong side of the hole.
How about you? What's your biggest memory of your two wins?
I think I remember losing to Kev. Probably that was the best golf I've ever played, probably in my life.
No, I mean, and by the way, I was following you guys on the first 18. Yeah. I mean, and you guys were just like,
I think it was, Dan asked me the other day, I think it was 15 birdies and an eagle or 2 eagles.
Yeah, no, it was just
very, very good golf.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I definitely remember, and Jay was just talking about momentum. He was 1 up on the first 18. I can't remember if I think we maybe halved 1 or 2, but I started out pretty strong on the second 18. I was playing well, kind of continuing it, and he snapped a ball on 4 way left, and I think I might have just won 3 to go back to even.
So if I remember, that was one where who was the pro? Damien moved the tee up on 3.
Yeah,
and I was hitting my driver so well, so that where they moved it to was like 318 from that tee, and Chris DeRogatis was caddying for me, and I was hitting my driver as good as I've ever hit it. And he goes, dude, I think you have too much club. And I was like, dude, it's 318. There's no way. And I hit a driver and I actually drove it over the 3rd green. I was on the 4th tee box. So I ended up making a 5 because what we were just talking about, over the third green is death. So I ended up making a 5, and I'm like, man, I just hit a great drive and I lost the hole.
Yeah.
And then so I'm in my own head thinking, okay, what do I got to do? And then he's right. I snap hooked it into the tunnel.
So now I think I'm like, okay, now I got him on the ropes. I just won 3. He just hit one OB on 4.
Yeah. Definitely hit a provisional ball. I definitely remember hitting
a provisional. Ended up finding his first one somehow, and I think you made birdie, and you end up winning the hole.
I hit it to 15 feet. You hit a great drive, hit a great second. You were probably, I'm guessing, 10 feet. I roll mine in. He has 10 feet and he misses. I'm like, wait, I just won that hole?
It was just like the reverse suplex momentum swing.
Yeah. And that's the thing with, the third green is a really good green. And also number 4, a lot of people see it as a short hole, but if you hit it left and you're somewhat of a long driver, you're done. Yeah. So it's
4 is a tricky green to read too, because there's not that much break, so you're always looking for something that might not be there, and you almost like overread it sometimes. So it's a little tricky.
4, the second shot is also difficult because depending on where the pin is, you have a lot of slope around the hole. Like if they put it in the front, got to just carry that bunker. There's really no good angle to come in from. So I think it's a good short hole. I wish the tee was a little bit further up where it was a little more enticing to like go for the green, but.
I mean, I remember when, we'll talk about that later, but when the pin is in the front, it's pretty short because at least me, who, let's face it, I suck, but I end up leaving it in that bunker.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of toast from there,
When the pin's up front, that changes how you maybe hit it off the tee. If the pin's up front, you don't want to be 40 or 50 yards out. You now want to have 100 shot in so that you can hit it, 6 feet past and try and spin it back to the hole. So it changes. That's the sign of a good hole, is the pin location changing the tee shot that you're going to hit.
Yeah. I don't have those skills of being able to spin it back, but maybe one day I'm working on it, working on
I don't know. Your swing looked pretty good in the cave the other night.
It's coming, It's coming. Pressman, I'll put a Pressman reach out to me for the, he said that he was going to work on my swing, but I don't know. That's another podcast too.
I think that needs its own maybe session.
No comment.
Yeah, I'll stay. We'll see. I love Pressman, but we'll see. We'll see. But when you guys are, look, I talk about myself. I never play. I play a lot of competitive sports growing up and everything, but golf, I kind of just learn how to play here. Really, I mean, I still get super nervous. I think that anytime you have high expectations, it's a tough thing to go out and play when you have those high expectations. It's very easy to just get way ahead of yourself. So in your wins, how do you prepare for the club championship? How do you go about that day and dealing with that pressure that comes with it? Because it's let's face it, it's a big thing to win the club championship.
Yeah, I think if you've never played in the final of the club championship, it is grueling.
Different day.
36 holes, mentally draining. So yeah, in terms of your question, like preparation, I'll usually come here in the mornings before work, try to hit balls, try to get some chip and putting in, just kind of keep things sharp. And then, morning of, it's just kind of getting down to business. I think when I'm in those pressure situations, like Jason alluded to it, I think I'm probably more focused. It helps me focus the more pressure there is. So I like it. I've always enjoyed tournament and competitive golf. But yeah, it's a different animal that day. You're just in for a marathon day.
Studies hits holes too, so you can just so easy to lose concentration.
Yeah.
I don't know. I play a lot of tournaments throughout the year, and I try to treat every tournament round the same. So I try to have the same stretching routine, even on days that I'm just coming out to play recreationally. So I tried to keep a lot of things consistent, whether it's how I warm up. I'm anal when it comes to like what clubs I hit on the range. If it's an odd day, I only hit odd clubs. If it's an even day, I only hit even clubs. I don't get up there wondering what club I'm going to hit. I already know because of whatever day it is. I start my warm up.
That is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard, by the way.
We'll see.
I'm sure there's some science to it.
I don't think so. Yeah. It's just anything that helps me not think about what I'm doing, not have to make a decision. I find it just helps me. So how long I start warming up for each round is pretty consistent for every single tournament round I play throughout the year. And I find the more things I can keep consistent, the more it feels like a routine and a special situation. At the end of the day, it's still you hitting a golf shot that you've hit a million times before. So what can I make it feel like every other time I've done it?
So now, I mean, you played in some really big tournaments. How do you make sure not to, I wouldn't say, I'm trying to think of the right word.
I'm notorious for having a terrible first hole in the biggest tournaments of my life.
Yeah.
So I don't have a great answer for that. I'm still working on that. If I figure it out.
No, but I was thinking more of like, I could see myself and, I could see somebody. So you played in, US mid-ams and all of that. And then you come back and, this is big for us, of course. But like, once you play those big tournaments, how do you make sure not to maybe minimize the club championship or like any other tournament? How do you make sure that you stick to is it a routine or is there something else mentally?
I love to win. I don't care if I'm unfortunately playing my 11-year-old in a match or if I'm playing Dan and Kev. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I want to win. And I think that's what keeps me focused, and it doesn't matter where I am. I might have different pressures or different things that are going on around me, but like inside, I just want to win.
Yeah.
So, and that doesn't matter if we're playing a $5 Nassau or if we
or like
are
an Armageddon against Pressman and
yeah,
or Dani Arisa,
It doesn't matter. It's about winning. So no, there's no. To me, it's just as important. Every time if I put a tee in the ground, if I'm taking my time to go out there and play, I want to give it my full attention.
How about you?
Well, I think like what Jay said, a couple of years ago, I think when we had the 16-man bracket, I think you could kind of have that happen where you didn't. I mean, let's be honest, there were some people that were closer to 10 handicaps, and when you're a single, a 1 or 2, and you're playing a 10, there's the expectation you're just going to beat them, and that's really hard. You have a lot more pressure than they do, right? Like, they can come out and just play kind of free, and so I think those early matches used to be very kind of interesting, but they also let you get your feet under you in terms of match play. Because like we don't play singles match play very often. So I think it was kind of nice to have like that first round in a sense, but you could also, if you didn't show up with your best stuff, you could get beat. Now I think we have a club where, I mean, what do we have, 12 guys this year? I think everyone who made the match play was 4 or 5 handicap or better. I don't think there's anyone below 4.
My first win, I almost lost in the first round. The year that I beat Dan, I almost lost in the first round to a 8 handicap or something. So like, there's no pressure on them, and it's all on us.
Yeah, so I mean, I've seen 2 handicaps in this club lose to like a 10, 11 handicap, So it's.
Do you have a specific one you'd like to mention?
Would you like to call out somebody?
I mean, it happens. I just say it happens. I do know some guys that have lost to a 10, 11 handicap, but it happens,
But yeah, so I mean, I think now it's like interesting because you go right. We play 2 rounds, and you go right from. 1, you better play good those 2 rounds because there's at least 12 guys that are good enough to make a bracket of a club championship. And 2, I think you're stepping right into a tough match right away. There's nobody in that bracket once you get down to 12 that can't win.
Yeah.
Like everybody who had a spot in that bracket could win. And that's the sign of like a club that has a lot of really good golfers and on a course where if you get hot, you can make a lot of birdies.
Yeah.
So
like you said before, I mean, this course, it just feels like, you start pretty hard. And then it just kind of gives you some openings, and then it just the finish is a tough one.
I think people always assume that because we start with a par 5 that it's an easy start.
Yeah,
there's nothing easy about the first par 5 on.
I mean, this is a real par 5.
Yeah, it's a 3-shot par 5.
Yeah.
For most of us, Kevin.
Yeah, no, I mean even for him, because when you hit it, you hit it maybe like 320 when you really catch it.
Yeah.
Even when you're down there in the fairway, if you're trying to go for it, most of the time you have a downhill lie, and depending on where you are, you might have to fade it or draw it, and it's not an easy shot for anyone.
Well, and like Jay said earlier, depending on where the pin is, you can. There's one side of the hole you can't miss it on, right? So it kind of takes away that second shot. If when you're going after it, the tendency is to usually probably hit a hook, and like you said earlier, you can't miss it left.
Yeah.
Right. So. I think it's a really strategic. If you're going to go for it, you better know that you're going to hit something either straight or to the right. You know, you have no ability to miss it on that left side and then still make birdie.
Yeah. So now transitioning, what's your favorite hole at Raritan Valley?
I think for me, it's either 12 or 14.
14?
I think 14, the tee shot, I think is just one of my favorites. There used to be a tree behind the green. I think it's kind of dropped off for me because I used to love trying to hit a straight drive. For me, I like to work the ball one way or the other. And for me to see that tree there and be like, hey, am I going to hit it left to right and get to that tree or right to left? It just set up for my eye really well. So
yeah. How about you, Jason? I know you were thinking about this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 1 might be my favorite hole because I think it can. It's odd. I'm normally giving a shot on that hole too because it's such a hard handicapped hole on our course. And I'm always giving shots on that hole, but I don't know. I feel like it gives you a right in your face challenge the second you start playing this golf course, and it kind of sets the pace for the rest of the round.
Yeah. How about you?
I love 13, specifically the tee shot. I just love how that's framed up. Little dog leg left. Beautiful, yeah.
If you're playing the black tees, I agree with that. Sometimes when we're playing the blues, I don't think it's as good of a hole, but from the black tees, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, because from the black, how far is the black? It's a playing 400 for.
I think it's just under 400 probably for the black.
I think it's probably 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you really have to hit a good drive to get it past those bunkers.
Yeah.
On
The
the
carry
left.
line's different, right? If you pull it a touch left, now all of a sudden you have a serious 275, 280 carry.
Mm-hmm.
If you push it right, and you got to carry that bunker. So yeah, there's a lot that comes into
the bunkers are not in play if you're playing the blue tees.
Yeah,
but they're perfectly placed for playing the black. That's why I think it's a much better hole.
Well, let me clarify. They're not in play for you.
Off of that
for me, they're always in play. Yeah. Now, best green in the whole course, just the green.
Ooh. Just the green.
If any of you say 5, I will. I would probably say number 8.
8.
I think 8 is sneaky with the slope, either 8 or 17. So I think 8. A lot of people don't realize the back left corner how much slope there is back there, and even on the far right side, how much of a fall off there is to the right side of the green. I also think there's a nice bump right in the front that a lot of people don't realize. So when there's a front pin, you have to carry that, or else it's going to come right off the front. I think it's well protected. And 17's cool. I think as we get firmer and faster over the next couple of years, our first year, so 2021, I remember you could not land the ball on the green and keep it on the green. You had to play like little bounce shots in there, like land it just short and have it run up the right side and come down to the left. So I think as we get firmer and faster, I think we'll bring that back, and it's a fun hole.
I think 2 is actually really sneaky good. If I think about the hole that I see the least amount of birdie putts made on, I feel like people always underestimate the break on the second green, especially when the greens are rolling quick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you have a putt down the hill on 2, it just wants to roll forever. So I think I put 2 up there.
Yeah. How about you?
I like 7, I like 18. Just being a good finishing hole with the patio there. You have 2 tiers that you could put the pin in. Really changes the hole quite dramatically too when the pin is back versus front.
Birdie hole if it's in the front, exactly. It's a hang on and make par hole.
Exactly. And it gets tricky back there on that back shelf. There's a lot of slope.
When the greens are rolling too, that front pin, you could spin that thing off so easily too.
Yeah.
Like,
you could spin it off, and then I think there's a lot of movement depending on where the pin is. I mean, Mikey Moore knows from that putt on the front of the green. Like you have 2 feet, 3 feet, and you're putting sideways. If they're fast enough, you could have to play it outside the hole. Yeah.
No, I mean 18. If it's in the front and you leave it past the hole, good luck.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys. I mean, maybe you remember the Turkey Tussle where we had it right next to the.
I blocked out everything from the turkey.
I remember the Turkey Tussle really well.
Turkey Tussle, which was it was good. but yeah, that pin location was tough. That pin location was a tough putt.
The pin on 17 in the Turkey Tussle was awesome. Back left.
Yeah, that was
good. That was a good one.
Yeah, I mean 17 is a really good. I mean, I think 17 is the toughest green. It just, you're coming in.
I feel like we don't have enough pin placements on 17 though. When the greens are rolling, really restricted on.
Yeah,
pin
it's worse than
placements.
5, honestly.
That's one of the ones. Yeah,
I think it actually has. I think you may have told me it actually has more slope than 5, right? In certain spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's you really have to hit it's a tough.
But again, it's not similar to 5. I mean, 5 can be unplayable, right? But 17, like if you put the pin, there's plenty of more pin positions than 5. But to me, that's the defense of a short golf hole, right?
Yeah.
Like when you play the blues, I think all three of us, anyone who's hitting at 260 or more, is carrying those bunkers. Got 100 yards in. There's got to be some sort of defense. There's no bunkers really around the green that are really in play. So that's the defense of the golf hole.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind 5. I think 5 is just it can get boring sometimes because there's only one way to play it.
Yeah.
Unless you're Kevin Russell and you hit driver over the creek.
Yeah, or exactly.
You should just move the tee up to the whites permanently. Play it as a 280-yard par 4. Everyone can go for it.
Yeah.
And you'll be hitting
I
3
hate
wood.
that on occasion. I don't hate that on occasion. That's what they've
I would
done
love
it
to see that more often on our course. Like the occasional, I don't know how you guys feel about it in the club championship, but like when Damien and Miles used to move the one year, I remember you guys played 18
Oh, I hated
from the
it.
back box.
Yeah, we played
yeah.
it. We played 18 from
12 tee.
12 tee box.
It's like 460
Yeah.
straight up the hill. Like that's
we played.
It's fine to do it, but like you need to have done it before because it
Yeah.
is the club championship at your home club. So you want to have
yeah.
correct.
played that.
That's what I'm
hole
saying. I don't know if
before.
I agree with it for the club championship, but like on the occasional Saturday or Sunday, every weekend, like move a tee around.
I think
And
we
just-
played 4 from 2 tee box once too, didn't we?
We did do that. That was in the
Yeah.
semifinals, I think, one
No,
year.
the finals.
Oh, was it?
Was it
yeah.
the finals?
I know we did it in the
Yeah.
finals. Yeah,
Maybe we did then in our final too. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
I barely cleared the water. I remember that.
But, like you don't even know what to hit because you've never played there before. So to your point,
Well,
like,
it was 18. 18 was probably blind, right?
oh yeah, you couldn't see
Couldn't see
anything.
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't even sniff the
I mean,
traps.
18 with win. I mean, this
Not
hole
even
is
sniff 'em.
plays like 470.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's 420, but it's like
I'd
470.
love to see like a big, nice perched up tee box on 18, like 40 yards further back.
It's in the plan.
Is it in the plan?
It's in the master plan.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, yeah. I saw it the other day. Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, what is the toughest shot at RVCC?
Oh my god. I 6 for some reason. If I actually took the stats, there is probably my percentage of green and regulation on 6 is like abysmal. For some reason, I don't know what it is, if it's how the tee box aims you, but I just have such a hard time hitting a good golf shot there.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
I don't know. I'm still thinking. Go to Kev.
Okay, Kevin. What do you?
I would probably say 15 tee shot just because it's almost always into the wind, 200 yards. I just don't play that hole very well. Or the drive on 13 from the blue tees because you're trying to cut the corner and I've hit it on 22 or whatever where that is. a bunch
Yeah,
of
that's
times.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I think
we don't have that issue, but
I think the second shot into 17 might also be one of the hardest holes.
But I think
hardest
that's the most fun.
because they could be the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have to land it and have the right amount of spin and yeah.
And I think you can play with the height of your shot. You know, there's some times where you might want to hit a lower shot, trajectory shot into the hole.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes you want to hit a higher one and land it in the back right to spin it to the front left or something. So I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of play, but it's also really hard because if you miss your line, if you leave it out to the right, you're screwed.
Oh yeah, that usually happens to
You
a lot
tug
of
it
people.
left
Yeah.
in a bunker, it's not a shot you want to have
Yeah.
either. God forbid you go long.
Yeah.
I think the reason it's hard is it gives you options.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing with our course. A lot of times it's you have 130 yards in. I'm going to fly to 135 and,
Right.
or 25 and bounce it or 35 and spin it back. 17, you can play it both ways. So you're like sitting there with indecision. That always makes the shot harder. Like you would probably agree with that, right?
And it
So
Anytime you
makes
have options, it's great, but it puts that doubt in your mind. Am I making the right decision on the type of shot? You're not just thinking about the yardage and the
It adds to the interest. And the more
Correct.
interesting a golf course is, the more fun it ends up being too. So whether it's hard or not,
yeah,
it can still be fun.
correct.
Well, guys, as we're finishing up, I think that the last question from all of these is what are you most excited about the future of Raritan Valley Country Club, and why should someone out there look into joining?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So it's this right here is the best part of the club. It's that even our most competitive matches are with our best friends. we also have something that most other courses can't offer or country clubs can't offer. We have no tee times and we play in 3.5 hours. We didn't talk about pace of play at all, but that's one of the best parts about our golf course.
By the way, we were going to talk about it
if someone got here on time.
But that's a whole.
My bad.
We'll leave it for part 2 of the podcast. You know?
But I think pace of play here at Raritan Valley is, I mean, it's something that we're proud of. It's something that we joke about, but we joke about in a very serious way, though. Like and you know, I think it's something that we try to advertise, and something that does attract players to us.
Yeah. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I think Jason hit the nail on the head. I think just the camaraderie of the club, the membership is awesome. Just really a tight-knit group across the board. But I think, too, from a family perspective, the big draw for me was, being able to come tee off at 7, be done at 10:15, meet the family at the pool, at 11, and it's, stay here all day. And it's kind of the best of both worlds. I get my golf in, family gets to have some fun at the pool, and we all get to hang out together. So
yeah,
it's a perfect setup.
How about you, Kev?
I think similar. I think the cool thing is too, like, there's more than just playing golf here, right? So you play golf and then you come in and you can sit here for an hour and let everyone else come in, have lunch. Like, I think some other clubs, it's show up, play golf, and leave. Here, it's show up, play golf, and spend the rest of the day here.
Yeah.
Because there's options to play pickleball, tennis, go to the pool. You have everything you need here, right? So on a really nice day, you don't need to leave here. You don't need to go to your town pool. You can do everything in one spot, which I think is awesome. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm a competitive, like Jason said, I'm a competitive golfer, and we're at the point now where we have probably 20 to 25 guys that the amount of group texts I'm on where, hey, can you play this time on Saturday or Sunday? And you're never looking to, like, I think with public golf now, you're always worried, who am I going to get paired with? Are they going to stink? Are they going to be slow? You're going to play with good people here. You're never going to play with anyone that you don't want to play with. And you're going to play fast, right?
Yeah.
So I think those are the most important things when you're playing golf now and looking at what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, guys, really appreciate this. This was very fun. We'll probably do it again later on in the summer out there. But yeah, no, like you guys said, I really think that this club, it just gives you the most value for your money. It doesn't get better than this with everything that it offers. So yeah, thank you guys, and this was fun.
Yeah,
Cool.
Thanks,
Thanks
Dan.
Danny. Appreciate
Thanks,
having
Danny.
us.